Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Kashakwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Kodash, Wakar, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit, to the sincere Akim out there pushing this word without truth and sincerity, and to the sincere Aquat who listen and subscribe. I'm gonna jump right into the lesson. It's gonna be pertaining specifically towards Esau's weapons and what he's gonna do with those weapons, and who he's gonna do certain things to. You know, who he's gonna aim. You know, like there's particular people who he's gonna come visit for, say. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but the ones that he's gonna visit, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 54 verse 16, and it reads, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, okay, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his works. I have created the waster to destroy." Okay, so we're just gonna it's a lot. We're just gonna focus on this particular scripture right here for now. It says, "Behold," okay, "I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." Okay, and you know, back then, matter of fact, I'll just get a quick example of it. Okay, here's a blacksmith. Okay, you see, it's blowing the coals in the fire, and he's forming a weapon. It says a blacksmith is a metal smith who creates objects from wrought iron or steel by forging metal using tools to hammer, bend, and cut. Okay, that's what a blacksmith does. Okay, he makes certain weapons. You know, I'm gonna go and click. He makes certain weapons. In this case, anything really: gates, grills, railings, lights, light fixtures, furniture, sculptures, tools, agricultural implements, decorative and religious items, cooking utensils, and weapons. That's the main thing. Of course, they put in weapons last, but that's the main thing a blacksmith was for. You know, back in the ancient world during the Crusades, all of that. A blacksmith was there to make weapons, especially when the world left the Stone Age and started to go into the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. Okay, they used a lot of blacksmiths to create particular weapons that they needed. Okay, verse 16 again, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." Okay, so we know that somebody who's creating maybe a weapon or some type of instrument of destruction, it could be. "And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work." What instrument for his work? It says, "And I have created the waster to destroy." Okay, the waster to destroy. Let's get the word waster. Okay, it means to destroy, corrupt, go to ruin, decay. Okay, to be marred, to be spoiled, be corrupted, be corrupt, be injured, be ruined, be rotted. Okay, and it says, "And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy." The waster is that nuclear weapon or any type of ICBM missiles that Esau may have created. So the Most High put in the minds of Esau to create these weapons. And it's funny when, you know, men not of the fold will say that ICBM missiles are not going to be the thing that destroys America. Then what the hell are they building it for? You know, then what the hell did they use it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki for? Why didn't they just let Mount Fuji blow up? Okay, that's not the case. The waster to destroy is speaking about a particular missile. Okay, So we're going to get a list of missiles, okay? This is a list of active missiles in the United States military, and this is just the United States military alone. I'm not even getting into the Russian military. You can go look that up yourselves. It's some pretty interesting missiles that they have. So they have air-to-air missiles. So if you're having air-to-air combat, okay, if you're facing a United States aircraft, which I pulled some up, okay, here's a United States aircraft right here, the F-20, the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, and also they have the upgraded version, the F-35 Raptor. How do I know this? Because I used to be in the military guarding these specific planes. Okay, you have the F-22, F-15, all those. Okay, and these carry some specific weapons. Okay, and they can go past a sonic boom, pretty much breaking the sound barrier. That's how fast they fly. Okay, so they have the AIM-7 Sparrow. All right, semi-active radar homing. So if it gets you on the radar, that missile is going to go towards you as long as you're still in that radar. Okay, they have the AIM-9 Sidewinder. Okay, as you can see, when it goes, it makes a 360 spin while it flies, so it can be a little aerodynamic to get to its destination a little quicker. As you can see, it says Mach 2.7. It's flying faster than the plane. Okay, and it says infrared homing. Infrared meaning it's targeting on a specific heat signature. Okay, AIM-120 AMRAAM, active radar homing. Okay, it's the same thing but a little bit upgraded as the Sparrow, and it flies Mach 4, which is faster. Both of these are faster than the Sidewinder, so it's getting to its destination in a quick manner. Okay, so when you read Isaiah 54:16, he made these things, these specific instruments. Okay, you keep going down, surface to air. So these missiles right here were, say if a F-22 met an SR, okay, which is a Russian plane. Most of the Russians' planes have SR before they have their numbers or whatever they're called. Okay, I'm just using them as an example. So if you're having a jet fight in the sky, these jets will be using these particular missiles to take each other down. Okay, they're going to be using these missiles against Yahushua when he comes back. They're going to be thoroughly confounded. Okay, matter of fact, I am just going to get that scripture. Okay, because they think their weapons are of a high power, and that's false. That's why the scriptures say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay, because they're literally not of this world. Okay, it says 2 Ezra chapter 13 verse 37, and this my son, which is Yahushua, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. So they're just going to get laser beamed at the end of the day. But he's going to rebuke those wicked inventions that you read about in Isaiah 54:16. It says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and have created the waster to destroy. That is a wicked invention. But the Most High set it in their mind to do so, and they have them now, and yes, they will be using them. Not a volcano. Okay? Simple as that. Okay, going back, you got air-to-surface missiles. So certain air-to-surface missiles, a good one to know about is, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, the Moab, the mother of all bombs that America dropped in Iraq or Afghanistan, was a surface-to-air or air-to-surface missile. Okay, it came from a plane. All right, if I'm not mistaken, or it could have been launched from a submarine or a battleship, for say. Okay, here's some more surface-to-surface missiles, meaning coming from the ground and it's going to contact the ground. Okay, that's why you got your javelins, tow missiles, tomahawks, harpoons. If you play any video games, like you know sometimes brothers play video games on their downtime. Okay, this certain video game right here, Battlefield 4. Okay, this game right here shows you literally has I was, like I said, I've been in the military. I've literally seen or actually have shot these weapons before. They literally have every weapon I'm speaking of in that game. Okay, Esau shows you his arsenal in video games. Okay, they have in that game, they have the Javelin, they have TOW missiles, they have Tomahawk missiles, they have Harpoon missiles. Okay, then you got surface to air, which are your defense missile systems, you could say. Okay, all these, and then you have your submarine. Okay, which a lot of submarines hold nuclear weapons. Okay, you got your ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missile, meaning they can hit other countries going at a high speed. Okay, submarine launched. Again, these are missiles that are used out of a submarine, out of the sea or whatnot. And what's crazy is they don't even list their nuclear missile arsenals. Okay, so they're kind of holding back on that. Okay, all right. So you got these air to surface missiles right here. Certain airplanes that will hold that, of course. You got the F-22 fighter jet, and these weapons, they're gonna. And here's the F-35 fighter jet. Okay, this is the brand new one where this jet can literally hover. Okay, as you see that this little booster right here, it will hover the aircraft, and it can shift and maneuver in different ways that a regular aircraft like this F-15 right here wouldn't be able to do. Okay, there's some upgraded technology. Like, look inside of it, you know, it's pretty high tech. All right, and this is probably not even a half of what it can of what the arsenal that they do have. Okay. All right, so certain planes like this will hold these air-to-air missiles and these air-to-surface missiles. But the main particular airplane that does hold air-to-surface missiles is the A-10 Warthog. I know that for a fact because the Air Force uses this a lot. They have someone called, matter of fact, I'll get them, who calls in airstrikes. Okay, it's them. It's these guys. TACP. All right. TACP. Matter of fact, it's Tactical Air Control Party Specialists. Okay, these men call in airstrikes, and usually the plane that comes is the A-10 Warthog. Okay, I remember at camp one time, 3 of these were doing practice runs above us, and I can pretty sure that the Akim can attest to that. Okay, it's really known for its machine gun. In the front end of the airplane, it has a heavy machine gun that spits rapid succession artillery at its targets. You can see a good picture of it right there. Okay, but these dudes right here, the TACP operatives, they call in airstrikes. Okay, these guys right here call in airstrikes, and it decimates the place. All right, you can see they have their communications right here and everything. They usually these TACP members usually work as one, and they get assigned to the Army when they deploy. They're still of the Air Force, but they get to assign to the Army Green Berets, which is a special forces in the Army. Okay, this is a special forces in the Air Force. You got the TACP, you got EOD, and you also have the PJs, which is like the Navy SEALs of the Air Force. All these men are going to be used against people when all hell breaks loose. Okay, you're going to have these guys calling in airstrikes to 2/3 niggas and heathens out here And these warthogs are going to come decimate y'all in your hoods and everything. And they're going to try to come to the men of the Lord. Okay? And I'm going to get a quick scripture to prove that correct. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 70. Alright? For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection. Okay? So like an uprising upon those that fear the Lord. Okay? So an uprising on them that fear the Lord. So the men pushing this truth with all sincerity and pushing the name Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because if I'm not mistaken, when you read the book of Acts, they told them not to preach in the name of Yahushai, and then they beat them. Okay? It's going to be the same, a similar thing that's going to happen when Jacob's trouble hits, but at a massive scale, because technology has boomed. Okay? You're going to have these flying around. Okay? You're going to have these men on the ground. Okay? Coming after the men of the Lord. But like when you read in the prophets, the Most High will lift up a standard. Okay? And they will not prevail. And like I read in 2nd Ezra, Yahweh Shem Yahushai would destroy the wicked inventions. Okay? This is a wicked invention. Okay? For them to call in airstrikes. And this is another wicked invention for the airplane to come and execute the coordinates that it got from these men on the ground. Okay? Continuing, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods. Okay? They shall waste and take away their goods with their wicked inventions as well. Okay? That's why in Isaiah 54:16 it says, and bringeth forth an instrument of his work, and I have created and I have created the waster to destroy. Okay? The Most High put it in their minds and created a waster to destroy. It's not just a missile. Okay? This is primarily talking about a missile, but this, okay? But these weapons, they waste. Alright? An A-10 Warthog, it wastes. Okay? An F-22 Raptor, it wastes. An F-35 Raptor, it wastes. The TAC-P, they got their sword right here, it wastes. Okay? This is a wicked invention as well. This is what their smiths mustered up, and ultimately Yahweh Shem Yahushai put it on them to make these certain type of weapons. Okay? But it wastes. Okay? It takes lives. Okay? Continuing, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay, 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, then you gonna know. Okay, pretty much the Lord's gonna know who's with it or not in that day when all these things happen, because this is a prophecy that has not come to pass yet. Which you Christians can't believe in this. Okay, but this is going to happen. It may be in some men's lot to be in this specific prophecy. In other prophecies, a man could be in Jeremiah 16:16 lot. Okay, Isaiah 40:29 and on down lot. Or be in this lot. Okay? But these things are soon to come to pass, and the wicked are going to come down and do it. Okay? To give an example of the men coming in like madmen and sparing not, this is the book of Tobit. Okay? Because Tobit, matter of fact, I'll read verse 2. It says, Tobit 1 verse 2, who in the time of Shalmaneser, king of the Assyrians, was led captive out of this be which is the right hand of that city, which is called probably Naphtali in Galilee, above Asher. I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of the truth. Okay? So he was a man who feared the Lord. Okay? And in justice. And I did many alms deeds. He did good things towards those who needed it. Okay? To my brother. And even those who probably didn't. He was just a good brother. Okay? And my nation who came with me to Nineveh and to the land of the Assyrians. Because this is Shalmaneser, King Shalmaneser the fifth. And that was happening around 721, 722 BC when the children of Israel went into captivity to Nineveh, okay, to the Assyrians, all right? But going down and reading, okay, because Sennacherib. So you had Salmanasar who ruled, then Sargon II who ruled, then Sennacherib came into power, and this is around, I want to say, 705 BC. Okay, and you can read about Sennacherib. Okay, and it said, and this is 18, verse 18. And if the king Sennacherib had slain any, when he was come and fled from Judea, he fled from Judea. When you read 2 Kings, the 19th chapter. Okay. And particularly, I want to say like the 35th verse. That's when the angel of the Lord came and killed 185,000 men of the Assyrian army. So he got the hell up out of Dodge. and he said, and it says, I buried them privily, for this is the wrath. For in his wrath he killed many. Okay, so Sennacherib killed many Israelites, maybe due to the fact that the Lord killed 185 of his people. So he came back to Nineveh and pissed off, and he started killing Israelites. Okay, and it goes to say, but the bodies were found not, and when they were sought for, of the king, because he went to go bury those bodies and give his brethren a proper burial. Okay, because remember, when you read verse 2, he was a man of the Lord, or verse 3, he was a man of the Lord who walked in the way of truth and justice. Okay, he feared the Lord. Okay, because if you walk that way, you have reverence toward the Lord. Okay, verse 19. And when one of the Ninevites went and complained of me to the king that I buried them, so that one of those Ninevites went and tattletaled. Okay, like a bitch, for lack of better words. Okay, because he was burying his own people. Okay, that's why these heathens have to go. Okay, and hid myself, understanding that I was sought to be put to death. I withdrew myself for fear. Okay, verse 20. Then all my goods were forcibly taken. Neither was there anything left me besides my wife Anna and my son Tobias. So the same thing that happened to Tobit is the same thing 2nd Esdras is speaking about. They came and they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay, they're gonna come and waste and take us out of our houses and try to take us out of our element. But the Lord is gonna set up a standard. Okay. All right. And the last things I want to bring out. Okay, the reason they can do certain things like this is because Trump has been gearing them up. Okay, this is 1033 program. Okay, and it reads, in the United States, the 1033 program transfers excess military equipment to civilian law enforcement agencies. As of 2014, 8,000 local law enforcement agencies participated in the program that has transferred $5.1 billion in military material from the Department of Defense, or the DoD for short, to law enforcement agencies since 1997. According to the Defense Logistics Agency, material worth $449 million was transferred in 2013 alone. So these police people, these police agencies, they getting geared up because they're going to come in like a flood, like it speaks about in Revelation, and they're going to come in and they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Why can they do that? Because they're being geared up. Okay. It says some of the most commonly requested items include ammunition, cold weather clothing, sandbags, medical supplies, sleeping bags, flashlights, and electrical wiring, small arms and vehicles such as aircraft. The police are getting aircraft, watercraft, and armored vehicles have also been obtained. Okay, so the police, civilian police, are going to have access to planes like this. Okay, and also they're going to have access to the MQ-1B, which is a Predator drone. Alright, right here. These things shoot missiles and they track people down, and they can be controlled from a separate location because it's an unmanned plane. Alright, it's right here. Small arms and vehicles such as aircraft, watercraft, and armored vehicles have also been obtained. So that means not only this, the A10, not only the MQ-1B, but also they'll have access to MRAPs, okay, as you see right here. Here's a good picture of one. Okay, they'll have access to these. All right, as you can see, military use these. All right, perfect example right here. All right, MRAPs, heavily armored vehicles. They made these vehicles to that's what it means, mine resistant, ambush protected, because when they went in to Iraq with their Humvees, they had something called IEDs, okay, and it blew up Humvees easily from the bottom. Now when they came out with the MRAP, it was mine resistant, so IEDs didn't affect it, and it gave a higher chance of soldiers to survive an IED blast. Okay, when you get this 1033 program, local law enforcement are going to have their hands on these. Okay, they're going to have their hands on these. They're going to have their hands on these, and they're going to use it against the people. Okay, in cooperation with them, the Navy SEALs, and the UN troops. Okay, it says small arms. Okay, small arms, something like the M4 carbine. Okay, I worked with these. This is an M4 rifle. I know the ins and outs. I know how to break it down. I can tell you every part about it. I can tell this is an EOTech. This is a PEC-15, which is a laser light infrared combo. This is the pressure switcher that is connected to the PEC-15. This is a Magpul magazine that holds 5.56 round ammunition. Okay, it's a caliber. That's why when you hear a 9mm pistol, it's speaking about the bullet that is in that particular weapon. Okay, this is a 5.56 round M4 carbine. All right, it's that simple. Okay, they're gonna get their hands on these. Okay, even this, another EOTech PEC-15. Okay, with the Surefire flashlight and a suppressor. All right, and a Magpul stock with a Magpul magazine holding those 5.56 rounds. Okay, they're gonna come down like a flood and come on the men that fear the Lord. But like I said, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna set up that standard, and they're not gonna prevail against us, and he's gonna destroy their wicked inventions, like we read in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, the 37th verse, man. So you gotta have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that he'll get you out of these certain predicaments that Esau is going to come down with from the smiths that created these instruments that are to waste and to destroy. All right, so just getting a little something so y'all Akim can, be familiar with our enemy. Okay, all right, it's like before you go play a basketball game, you're going to watch film on the team that you're playing against. The scriptures are like our film. All right, we're watching Esau and his tactics and what he does with the certain things that he has, and we understand our game plan that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has for us to counteract what they're going to come and bring towards our doorstep. But we're going to prevail. This is the game plan that we have. We're going to win. Okay, you just have to keep the faith, Akim. All right, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. And like I say, man, all hell's about to break loose, as you can see. Okay, as you can see, and with the programs they have in place and with the weapons they have. All right, all hell's about to break loose. The chip is here. All right, so keep the faith and keep doing what you got to do in this thing, man. All right, shalom.